Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
More tweeting from the president over the weekend, and one of those tweets has possible legal implications on the Russia investigation. I'm Brooke Silva Braga in New York with what the president wrote. That's coming up.
Plus, Montana U.S. Senators Steve Daines and Jon Tester weigh in on the new tax bill. What each has to say, that's coming right up.
Good morning and happy Monday, Southwest Montana, 6:31 right now. Matt, the snow continuing to fall. Beneath that, some slick conditions folks should be aware.
The snow isn't particularly heavy, but it actually has picked up quite a bit.
It's beautiful, actually. It's really pretty.
It really has picked up here over the last 20 minutes or so. I do expect the snow to be an issue, but really the road conditions, it's snow and ice packed for most of the area. I've got our snow impact close to moderate, a little above that moderate for ice. Temperatures do remain cold and will probably stay frigid for most of the week. Our temperatures holding into the 20s, a couple of areas holding into the teens from Dillon back toward West Yellowstone. The snow that we're seeing is pretty light, so we're not seeing a lot of it on our radar coverage, but it's likely to really be an impact through the morning hours. We do have winter weather advisories out for the area. We're going to break that all down from the Billion Auto Weather Patio here in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Our top story for you now is the investigation into the Trump campaign ties to Russia continues. President Trump had some unkind words over the weekend for the FBI.
It comes amid news that a senior FBI official was removed last summer from Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation after it was discovered he sent anti-Trump, pro-Hillary emails. CBS's Brooke Silva Braga has more this morning from New York.
President Trump targeted the FBI in a pair of tweets Sunday, writing in part that the Bureau's reputation is in tatters, worst in history. The president of the FBI Agents Association responded, "Agents act with unwavering integrity and professionalism." This latest row was sparked at least partially by a presidential tweet on Saturday, a message sources now tell CBS News was actually crafted by Mr. Trump's lawyer. It suggested the president knew General Mike Flynn lied to the FBI before firing him. Some suggest if he did know that and then asked then FBI Director James Comey to drop the investigation into Flynn, that might be obstruction of justice.
This is the President of the United States, with me alone, saying, I hope this. I took it as this is what he wants me to do.
That was Comey back in June, recalling the interaction, a dialogue the president disputes. He tweeted Sunday, "I never asked Comey to stop investigating Flynn, just more fake news covering another Comey lie."
I would just say this to the president. There's an ongoing criminal investigation. Comey may be part of it. You tweet and comment regarding ongoing criminal investigations at your own peril.
Flynn pleaded guilty Friday to lying to the FBI. He's now cooperating with Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russia's meddling in the election. Brooke Silva Braga, CBS News.
Now, sources tell CBS News the lawyer who crafted the president's tweet Saturday did not mean to intend to imply the president knew back in February that Flynn lied to the FBI.
And Montana Senators Jon Tester and Steve Daines took to Twitter to share their thoughts on the new tax reform. Just 4 days ago, Republican Senator Steve Daines said he was not going to vote yes on the bill unless he saw some major changes for Main Street businesses. Daines said he needed to see revisions to the tax cut to ensure that Main Street businesses are not put at a disadvantage against large corporations. Just a day later, Daines said he was able to secure more than $60 billion in tax cuts for Main Street businesses, pushing his vote from a no to a yes. Now, after the Senate passed the bill, Daines said, quote, "We are one step closer to a once-in-a-generation opportunity to grow jobs and increase wages for Montana farmers, ranchers, and small business owners, as well as working families." While Montana Democratic Senator Jon Tester also responded to the Senate passing that tax cut bill, he said, quote, "The U.S. Senate just passed a hastily written bill that adds $1.5 trillion to the debt. Washington dysfunction has hit a new low, and Montana families and small businesses deserve better. The Senate bill will still need to be reconciled with those in the House before it can go to the president's desk."
In other news this morning, one woman is dead after a single vehicle crash just outside of Dillon on Interstate 15 late last night. Montana Highway Patrol said the victim was a 24-year-old woman from Idaho Falls who was driving northbound when her vehicle drifted off the left side of the road. She then apparently overcorrected and the vehicle rolled multiple times, according to Montana Highway Patrol. Officials say the woman was wearing a seatbelt but died due to chest, neck, and head injuries. MHP told MTN News that drugs and speed are suspected in this crash. That incident is still under investigation. Montana Highway Patrol reports this crash is the 173rd fatality of the year.
Now, with all these snowy and icy conditions, last year, St. Peter's Hospital saw more than 60,000 visits to their emergency room and urgent care locations. They want to remind people that winter injuries can happen to anybody. Slip and fall accidents are increasingly more common, and they can be particularly hard on older adults. According to the CDC, among older adults, there are more than 800,000 patients a year that become hospitalized because of a fall injury. Heart attacks are also a risk when having to do with strenuous snow removal. St. Peter's says injuries always vary. They want people to know what injuries or symptoms require what kind of care.
If you have a simple bruise or sprain of your ankle or your wrist, you can go to an urgent care. But if you have chest pain, you need to come to the emergency room where we can properly take care of you.
Now, St. Peter's says that if you are unsure of the severity of your injury or illness, it's always better to be safe and get it checked out.
Shifting gears a bit, the Capitol Christmas tree finally arrived in Washington, D.C., along with many decorations from the Treasure State. MTN's Elizabeth Transu has more with a woman from Lewistown who was selected to make one of the tree's skirts.
Shauna Crawford was one of the many Montanans chosen to make a tree skirt for the Capitol Christmas tree. She says she wasn't shocked, but instead thought it was the perfect job.
I can take an idea and go with it, run with it, and make something. So, no, it makes sense for me to do this.
She wanted to show how Montana relates to her in Lewistown, stitching wildlife and wheat onto the skirt.
About the animals, the wildlife. And then I started thinking about like Lewistown and what actually drives the economic industry in Lewistown, what actually drives commerce in Lewistown, and it's agriculture. It's a very agriculture-based community.
Then came the hard part. How could she physically put Montana into the skirt?
I used on my tree skirt were livestock markers, and livestock markers are something that farmers and ranchers use to mark their cattle if they vaccinate or when they're preg checking. They'll mark the cow with these livestock markers. So the very outside of the tree skirt is all painted with livestock markers.
And in just 3 days, Shauna quilted the perfect Montanan tree skirt.
I feel pretty proud of it. I think it turned out pretty good.
Elizabeth Transu, MTN News.
Now, if you'd like to see more of the tree skirt and its journey to Washington, D.C., you can visit us online.
That's pretty cool. And the MSU School of Photography held their 8th annual Community Portrait Day. The community came out and got their holiday portraits taken from MSU's photography students for free. The event was held from 10 to 3. Families were all dressed up and excited about getting their portraits taken for the holidays. If it wasn't for the community support, this would not have happened.
We rely on donations from the community to help support this event, and each family that comes this year we were able to raise enough money through our fundraising to provide each family with a gift certificate to Rocky Mountain Toy Company, and each child walks away with an art kit as well. So kids have something to take away and the parents have a little something to spend towards the children on the holidays.
Now, if you'd like to get your photography done by the students for next year or in order to donate, head on over to our websites for more information.
Well, the snow didn't stop people from heading to the heart of the valley this weekend where the 9th annual Santa Paws was held. A number of four-legged friends and their owners were in attendance to get their picture taken with Santa. MTN's Kenneth Webb has the furry story.
Well, Lizzie originally came from Heart of the Valley, so we love coming and giving them money at Christmas time. And the picture from Santa is a great benefit too.
That is just one of many pet owners excited about having their pets taking a picture with Santa.
Today I wanted to have the puppies take a picture with Santa. They've never done it before, and it was for Heart of the Valley. So if I'm gonna, give a donation or pay for a picture, it's going to Heart of the Valley. So that's great either way.
It wasn't just the pet owners that were excited about having their four-legged friends with Santa. Even one of the volunteers shares their affection toward this fundraiser.
I am so excited about being part of Santa Paws. I absolutely love animals. My own dog is a rescue, although not from here. So it just warms my heart that we can celebrate the holidays with lots of dogs and cats and rabbits and all sorts of animals taking pictures of Santa.
Heart of the Valley has seen more than 100 pet owners this weekend.
It's very exciting. We have a really good turnout, as you can see. Yesterday we had about 60 people who showed up. And today has been pretty nonstop since before we opened the doors. We raise between $800 and $900 a year, and all of that money goes directly back to the shelter to help us care for the animals.
Even Santa was thrilled to take pictures of all the pets this weekend.
Well, I'm a dog owner, have been all my life. So to give back to people who take care of dogs and provide the continuous care that they need to when they're abandoned, and that just means a lot. And it's my way of helping the community.
Reporting from Heart of the Valley in Bozeman, Kenneth Webb, MTN News.
Now, in order to see more of those visits with Santa Paws, of course, you can check out those pictures online.
Very cool.
That's awesome. We do have to take a quick break. Stay with us. In a moment, we continue our Under the Big Sky series, this week taking a look at what it takes to put together an entire calendar.
We'll have that story for you out of Havre this morning, but first let's head to New York and Nora O'Donnell for a look at what's coming up at 7 on CBS This Morning.
Ahead here on CBS This Morning, we're learning new details about what's in the Senate tax bill and how it could affect your family. White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney joins us with what the president wants in the final bill being negotiated with the House. And only on CBS This Morning, the parents of a Florida teen who disappeared with a high school soccer coach described the reunion with their daughter after she was found safe. We'll see you right at 7.